Good evening, everyone. I'm Ishi, and I want to start by asking everyone to do something a little unusual tonight. Please kindly close your eyes. Keep them closed until I tell you to open them. When you hear these words, picture the first thing that comes to mind: a law student. Maybe it's a confident, competition-winning student with perfect grades. Or maybe, if we're being honest, it's someone who's holding it together after a week 10 mental breakdown. Now picture a lawyer, a career in law, success. What does a successful lawyer look like to you? Is it someone in a judge's robe, or a barrister who wins every case? Okay, you can now open your eyes. At EncyclAWpedia, we're challenging these images. We bridge the gap between law students and legal professionals through bite-sized storytelling, videos, interviews, and write-ups, which shows that success doesn't follow just one script. This year, we've rebranded as the Living Library of the Law, reaching more students, expanding new platforms, and sharing diverse, authentic career pathways, not just the polished LinkedIn versions. Like the lawyer who left practice to start a coaching business, the international grad still figuring it out, the barrister who unwinds with tennis, and the senior lawyers bravely starting over again. Because law isn't one path, and all these stories you see on the screen here, they make up our Living Library of the Law. If law school taught us anything, it's to look for precedents. But when it comes to careers, the blueprint doesn't really work for everyone. As such, we've written 16 new unique lawyer features, our highest since 2020, and published over 30 articles that students can easily follow because they're formatted in a chapter format, detailing fields like tech law, mediation, construction, surrogacy, entrepreneurship, and more. We also revived earlier podcasts as the archives, covering niche areas such as animal law, sports law, and public law. Quick disclaimer that the numbers in the slide have increased since, but since our first article, we've had over 3,000 website views. That's a 40% increase from the previous year, and over 800 returning visitors exploring more areas of law. The website was redesigned to an A to Z index of different areas in the legal industry, reflecting a real library catalog. And for students tired of reading, I know I'm one of them, we launched the Social Museum, linking to YouTube clips that show lawyers being their real selves. And you'll be surprised to find that some of them are actually funny. Our Fast Talk series captures quick-fire questions about uni and career pivots, while Lawyer Bingo highlights the personalities and quirks or dynamics that we students might relate to. Other creative features include our Would You Rather debates and song associations. However, midway through, we realized that bridging the gap meant that we had to hear from students as well. So this led us to launch the Law Diaries, a blog written by law students from our team for everyone, sharing reflections and advice inspired by books, films, and day-to-day experiences. These posts attract readers well beyond law, which matters because you never know who might want to make a career switch to law. In that same spirit, we launched social media campaigns involving the Monash Law community, from spontaneous street interviews on their confessions as a law student to relatable TikTok or IG reels throughout the semester. Across more than 40 short-form videos, our platforms grew by 300 followers, with Instagram leading at 600 plus. One reel even reached 3.1 million views today, driving traffic straight to our website. Now that's viral, if I do say so myself. Over the next few weeks, our 2025 yearbook collection will be published, featuring every single article we've done this year in a special Day in the Life series revealing what different lawyers actually get up to in their days. In 2026, the Law Diaries will be open to the wider student community as a competition, and for the first time, we plan to host an interactive storytelling night with funding, where the lawyers we've interviewed here share their journeys in a casual show-and-tell format. Because we've learned that the most practical insights come from real conversations, but these can often get lost in the words of a page or a formal panel. Something that stuck with us for instance, was the lift test from our mentor, Jerry, who's actually at the front here today. She challenged us to think about whether we feel excited going up the lift to our workplace. This is exactly the kind of impactful conversations we hope to create at the event. Beyond that, we're planning to revive our Spotify podcasts, expand our YouTube content, and explore new areas like medical and space law. We're also pursuing collaborations with the Law Institute of Victoria and partner with firms for sponsorships and in-kind support. The prize funding will be allocated proportionally into content equipment, so more YouTube, student giveaways as prizes, marketing materials to grow our reach even further. Because at the heart, Encyclopedia has always been about building something that's lasting. So whenever law school feels like a maze to you, when people tell you to find your passion and you don't know how to connect the dots, or maybe you've been in the industry for years and you're looking for a fresh start, maybe you're not even in law, but you want to better understand or support someone who is. Wherever you are in this journey, we invite you to explore Encyclopedia, your guide from A to Z, offering not just a one-off project, but a living, growing library of the law. Thank you.
We've been told off for not using the microphones, which I think are now on. There we go. Thank you so much for that. You said that one of your reels had 2.4 million views.
It's 3.1 now, actually. Yeah.
This needs updating.
Yeah, it's tracked up.
So 3.1 million views, even better. Why, and what do you learn from that, and how do you take that forward?
Right. Well, the whole intention behind the reels is because, well, if you are a law student, sorry, in this day and age, not when you were a law student, but, sorry, a law student in this day and age, you'd know that sometimes to procrastinate, you'd go on Instagram, you'd want to scroll through reels and everything, to just take a debrief from the actual law life. And that's actually what we planned with Encyclopedia, because we know that students will be checking social media. We created a sort of mechanism where from our video, whether it's a reel about, oh my gosh, I'm staying up late, that connects you right to the website. So everything has a buy-in factor to the website. And from then on, students can actually explore the different career paths. So these videos on TikTok and Instagram, they could be about, did you know that surrogacy lawyers are a thing? Did you know that at 3 a.m. when you're deciding on your assignments, there's actually lawyers in medical law, for example? So that's a direct link. I hope that answered the question.
And why did that particular reel have 3.1 million views?
Well, we kind of featured Justin Bieber in it, and I think that's a sell point for everybody. Even if he's not a lawyer, he's got great entertainment lawyers. Is that it? Thank you.